On October 17, 2019, 47-year-old Adrienne Quintal went missing from her family cabin in Michigan. Shortly before her disappearance, Adrienne made a phone call to her friend at 2:34 a.m. She described a shootout with two men. She said that she had shot one of the men in the face, but the other man was still shooting at her. The friend then called the police, but she did not know the exact address of the cabin, complicating the situation. The friend called Adrienne back immediately after notifying the police to clarify the address, but her phone went right to voicemail. Once the police arrived, there were no signs of Adrienne. Police arrived at the cabin at 3:15 a.m. They found multiple bullet holes in the windows and found Adrienne's cell phone, purse, boots, and handgun. Strangely, her boots and cell phone were on the roof of the cabin. Even after using dogs and thermal imaging cameras, there were no signs of where Adrienne could have went. Further analysis of the scene found that the bullets were fired from inside the cabin. The bullet casings found at the scene appear to be from multiple guns, but official ballistics tests have not been conducted yet. There was no blood found at the scene, which was puzzling considering that Adrienne claimed to have shot one of the men. Her dog was also found in the home unharmed. Adrienne's sister strongly believes that someone took her.
I don't see her running away or voluntarily leaving. Not like this. Not shooting out the window, not calling police to your location. That just does not make sense to me. None of the theories make sense.
She went on to say that Adrienne had just adopted a dog and was in a very happy place. Her condo was left normally, her clothes were there, and there was food in the refrigerator, implying that Adrienne intended to return. 40 volunteers and a dozen teams of cadaver dogs searched through 1,000 acres of land in northern Michigan with no trace of Adrienne. The trail dogs did pick up her scent almost 8 weeks later from the cabin to her hunting blind, but no cadaver dog hits, said Adrienne's sister. Even after hundreds of tips, police struggled to find any leads. The county sheriff, Ted Schnendel, said that he was 90% sure that Quintal was not in the woods. One of the popular theories explaining her disappearance is that she staged it. Considering no blood was found outside the cabin, it disputes the claim that Adrienne made that she shot one of the men. Adrienne had been out of a job for a few years and was doing odd jobs to make cash. Did the stress of life take over and make Adrienne want to start anew? Her family does not think so. Her family believes that she would never leave her son and family behind. Also, if she did plan to disappear, why would she leave her phone, boots, and purse in the cabin? And why would she ask her friend to call 911? Instead of staging her disappearance, what if Adrienne had a mental break? In July of 2019, Adrienne was seriously injured in an altercation in Detroit. Her nose was broken and she had a concussion, which might have been considered a traumatic brain injury, according to her sister. She said, "We thought possibly that she had a mental break because of the head injury. Possibly she could have gone running off into the woods. It's very densely wooded up there. It's very marshy and swampy in the area. And that was our first fear, is that she had suffered some kind of medical or mental break and that she was in the surrounding woods. A mental break would make much more sense here. It would explain the disarray that the cabin was left in. Maybe Adrienne believed that someone was trying to attack her and fired her gun, called her friend, and ran into the woods out of panic. But according to police, bullets from multiple guns were found at the scene. From my research, it seems as if Adrienne only had one gun. So where did those other bullets come from? It is also possible that Adrienne was abducted. When Adrienne called her friend, the friend claimed to have heard gunshots coming from Adrienne's end. If the two men really were there, it would explain the different bullet casings found at the scene. This theory is flawed though. There was no evidence of an injured person outside the cabin, which is odd considering Adrienne claimed to have shot one of the men. Additionally, it did not appear that any of the bullets were shot from the outside. The dog was also left unharmed, which seems strange in the case of an abduction. And why would Adrienne not call 911 herself? In defense of this theory, Adrienne could have thought that she shot one of the men, but in reality she missed. But the other issues with this theory still stand. After I finished recording this video, news broke that Adrienne's body was found. Her body was found on December 21st, submerged in a river near the cabin. An initial examination showed no signs of foul play, but an in-depth autopsy has not yet been conducted. This points to a mental break, but until test results come back, it is impossible to know for sure.